Good morning. Today we're going to talk about circle groups and circle leaders and a little bit of the information that we keep there. You get to the circle groups, which are your cohorts of circle leaders, people that start circle leader training at the same time. From the Site menu, you get to it by saying Manage Circle Groups. Once you get there, you'll see a list in a Manage window of your circle groups. And you guys know that you can sort these, just do all different kinds of strange little things with these windows. Anyway, to create a new one, we do create circle group. And we're going to call this South Valley 1. It's in the South Valley, New Mexico. It's active. And the curriculum that we're going to be using for this is going to be Circle Leader 2, which is the new Circle Leader training. And we do that, we hit create, and you'll see that we're now in the view window of this circle group. If you go back to Manage Circle Groups, you'll now see that this is a new one. To deal with the circle leaders and the circle groups, you would select the view icon. This is how we always navigate down to the next level in the software. So I'm going to select view. Now we're going to navigate down to circle leaders, so I'm going to say manage circle leaders. We don't have any circle leaders because we just set up this group, so we're going to go create one. And this is going to be Robert Bowen. He's male. His birthday is 1982-09-09. His address is 4187 Locust Lane, and he lives here in Albuquerque. Okay. Cell phones go in the system as area code. You can do the same thing for work phone, home phone, emergency contacts, so on. His marital status is married, and his email address is okay, and you hit the create key. Now you notice that once we hit the create key, we come up with the view window. It always goes right to the view window so we can see what we've just entered or just updated. So this is all the information. You'll notice that it shows who the create user and the create time, the update user and the update time. So we keep track of that information. If you noticed in here that there's something wrong, you can always hit the update. Change whatever that's in here that's wrong. We might have got his zip code wrong. So I do that, then you'll see that it says save and not create because we're actually saving information back to an existing record. So I'm going to hit this. You'll notice that it made that change. It's now 87110. Since we first initiated the database, we've added some new functionality. And part of this is the circle leader profile. And it's information that we don't want viewed by just anyone. And to get to that, we either update the circle leader profile or view it. Since this is a new circle leader, we don't have this profile information. So I'm going to go here. This is where we keep their ethnic background. We keep whether or not they've given consent for use of the circle leader data. This is where we do their circle leader status, generational or situational poverty, and what their plan is for moving out of poverty. He's going to be on an education plan. I select Save, and it shows me his profile, again with who created it, who changed it, that kind of thing. To get back to the circle leaders, I'm going to use the breadcrumbs, and I'm just going to go back to circle leader. Okay, so we've entered the circle leader. We've updated their profile. Now you'll update this profile each time you do a circle leader survey. And it's important that you do that because this is where we keep information about what the current status, that kind of thing are. Okay, you'll now see a number of additional items that you can do down the right-hand side. Like if they have children, you can enter information here about their children. We don't keep a lot of information, just gender, birth date, first name, last name. But that information can go in there. You can manage their allies. Okay, so when they get finished with circle leader training and we are ready to assign them allies, we can do that here by creating an ally, and we select the volunteer that's going to be their ally. Luis is going to do it. The match date. And remember from previous stuff that these go in here in reverse order. And the ally status is active. So I create that, and I've now created an ally for this particular circle leader. And I can keep doing that as long as I want to. So at any given time, if you're in a circle leader record, you can hit their manage allies and see who their allies are. Okay. We can view their attendance. Now the attendance is not added here. It's added in a different place in the data system. It's actually added off your site window. And we'll be discussing that in a different video. You can manage their surveys. Now these are their circle leader surveys that we take at the beginning of circle leader training, at graduation, and then every 6 months. Most of you have seen these. We keep lots of information here, as you can well see, and you just fill it in and hit the save key. There's a new feature called life assessments, and this is where we also keep these on the same interval. They're kept at beginning of circle leader training, initial. They're kept at graduation, and then 6 months. And these are where the circle leaders can self-evaluate about where they are in relationship to food, physical health, financial, shelter, transportation, so on. There's 18 of these, and we think that these are really important information to have as to where the circle leaders feel they are in relationship to these things. And there's a form out on Basecamp under CUSA data where you can get a copy of this for doing that. We have the ability to record their goals, manage any employment that they may be involved in, manage their work keys, and some of you will be familiar with work keys and some of you won't. Work keys is a program that's administered by ACT, the people that do the testing for college. And there are 3 main tests that are given that evaluate their ability to perform certain kinds of tasks. And they are in mathematics, reading for information, and organizing information. And employers are beginning to understand that these are actually more helpful than what they've been studying, that kind of stuff, and even more helpful than what you sometimes get when you ask for recommendations from previous employers. So it's a way in which our circle leaders can get tested in these areas. It gives the employers a better understanding of the work that our circle leaders can do. Then there's also the ability to manage coaches' notes. Now these are notes that are done by staff They're meant to be private to staff, and they can be done for both circle leaders and volunteers. We think it's very important that we record this information so there's a chronological record of what's occurred with circle leaders and the interaction of staff with them. And then the last thing here is to create a user. So if the circle leader is going to be a user of the system, they're on a guiding coalition team, that kind of thing, then it's very easy just to click this and set up their user credentials so that they can log in and access the system. So that's basically what there is about dealing with circle leaders and chapters. I just want to show you one thing before I leave. The very first thing here is a drop down for your circle groups. Our experience early on with the software was that people might add a circle leader to the wrong circle group until they get familiar with how the system works. So if you've done that, you open up the circle group where you've attached all of the circle leaders incorrectly. Go to the Manage Circle Leaders, go to the update of the particular circle leader that's in the wrong group, and just change it here in the drop down to the appropriate group. It's all you need to do to move them into the appropriate group. Some of you, when your data came across from CCI, hadn't broken your stuff into groups. So this is how you can do this. Create the different groups, go into the circle leaders and assign them to the appropriate circle group. Anyway, that's it for today. We hope to see you in the future around other topics and stuff in the data system. Anyway, have a great day, and we appreciate all the hard work you're doing.